afternoon and welcome to live coverage of the 2017 Minnesota American Legion State Baseball Tournament. We are here at CHS Field as Tri-City Red, the host of the State Legion Tournament. They were automatically entered in the 16-team bracket, coming into today's game with a record of 25-9. And playing a very talented team, Mankato National, which came out of Sub-State 2, I believe. And excellent record of 27-4 on the season. Mankato National is primarily Mankato West high school players. They finished up their season at 17-8. And, of course, Tri-City Red is all Mountain View players, and they finished their season at 17-9. There you see Matt Larson, the starting pitcher and the workhorse for Tri-City Red this season. He's had an excellent year so far. 8-1 on the season, an ERA of 2.0, 7 walks, 38 strikeouts, and walks and hits for innings pitched of 1.19, which is superb. It's a similar defensive setup for Tri-City Red as what they've had in the other games that we've covered, with Endelkoffer at third, Nickel at short, Lawson at second, Langer at first, Nate Frederickson catching. We'll go over the Mankato National batting order. Again, a very impressive season. One of their only losses was to Creighton Prep out of Omaha. Leading off, second baseman Alec Gratz, batting second, shortstop Thomas Yokiel, batting third, catcher Robert Meidel. Cleanup is center fielder Ben Scott. Then we have first baseman Peter Haley. Batting sixth, a little surprise, the pitcher Luke Selner will be hitting for himself, although he's had a good season, hitting .330 on the year. Batting seventh, another very good pitcher. This time he's in right field, Michael Middlecamp. In the eighth spot, third baseman Jaden Rawlings. And batting ninth, left fielder Chris Pipes. Tri-City did elect to go with a designated hitter, which is probably good considering Matt Larson has only one at bat on the season. Alec Gratz with an average of .352, on base of .423, as he's played 30 of the 31 games for Mankato. Quickly in there for a strike. There are 16 teams here in the state tournament to start out with. That one is slicing foul past the right field line. And they're in four separate fields today, which is really a smart way to run it, as the four teams can just stay at the same complex here on Friday the 28th. The Legion tournament is using Tony Stone, which is the really nice baseball field at Dunning by St. Paul Central, along with Hargis Park at Bethel, Siebert Field, and here at CHS. Called strike three on the outside corner. Good start for Larson. Again, Tri-City Red has the benefit of two players who graduated from high school in 2016 back for this year's team, center fielder Jeff Lemay and catcher Nate Frederickson. Here is Thomas Yokiel, batting .516 on the season. And he is hit by the pitch. So Yokiel is the first base runner. And this will bring up catcher Robert Meidel, hitting .307 on the season with 24 runs batted in. Just missing the outside corner, ball one. Mankato has been on a really good streak, winning 7 of their last 8. They lost one game to Jordan in the Sub-State 2 championship and then beat them in the IF game 16-4. Swing and a miss. A nice delivery by Larson. Of course, he was also one of the best starting pitchers for Mounds View in the spring. Larson sets, delivers. High in the air, looping to left center field. Ranging over is Lemay. Makes the easy play. Jeff Lemay played his freshman year at St. Scholastica, which had an excellent year up in northern Minnesota. This brings up the cleanup hitter, Ben Scott, the center fielder, hitting .465 on the season and leading the team with 38 runs batted in, an OPS of 1.1, which is outstanding. A little high, ball one. There are pitch counts that will be a factor here in the state tournament. We'll get to that a little bit later on. As that's across the outside corner for a strike. In all likelihood, the majority of the starting pitchers will need at least 3 days rest. On the low outside corner, strike two. Too far outside on that one. Again, a little surprise in that of the top 10 ranked teams in Minnesota, only 3 of them made it here to the Legion State Tourney. Strike 3. Good strong inning there for Larson as that wraps up the top of the first.
Tri-City Red,
In other action earlier on today, Bethel started very early at 8:30 in the morning, and Matamita actually out-hit Waconia, but Waconia held on to win 2-1. Again, this is a good portion of the team that went 26-0 and won the 3A state title. Also, Ham Lake, which is primarily Blaine players, all over the Rochester Patriots, 9-0. Eden Prairie held on to beat a very good St. Michael team 4-3. And in the game before this one here at CHS, Eastview really beat up on Spring Lake Park 12-2 and won by the 10-run rule in 7 innings. Eastview started out big with a 5-run first and then also added 2 each in the 4th, 5th, and 6th. Here you see the batting order for Tri-City Red. Again, this is a very familiar lineup. Jeff Lemay leading off, then Ryan Nickel, who again is having a phenomenal season, hitting .481 on the year. Then Justin Langer, big Ross Indlekoffer, he has 8 home runs on the season. I would dare say that's probably the best number of anybody here in the tournament. And Ben Jepko, who has really come on well of late, hitting .365. And Eric Holloman, we might see him do some pitching a little bit later on. Batting 7th is the second baseman, Joey Lawson, hitting .333. Then designated hitter, a little surprise, is Riley Flanagan. And then pitching as usual is Nate Fredrickson. Nick Anderson, the head coach. Assistant coaches Lars Anderson, Scott Becker, Jake Hanslick, and Brett Becker. Good to see Steve Graisley on hand here earlier today. He's been doing an awful lot to get this tournament ready. Of course, Gail Collada has been the driving force behind everything. Swing and a miss as Selner took a little off that one. That one a little high. Sellner's number is very solid on the summer, 5-1 with a 3.21 ERA, 8 walks, 31 strikeouts, and a whip of 1.12. High in the air, center field, ranging under it is Scott. He moves in a little and makes the play. So this will bring up Nickel.
Now batting, shortstop number 5, Ryan Nickel.
Ryan Nickel has far and away scored the most runs on the team this year with 46. And he also has 36 runs batted in, just one behind Indelkoffer, 2 behind Justin Langer, as that one's fouled out of play. So the loser of this game here will take on Spring Lake Park at 4 o'clock at CHS, and the winner will take on Eastview at 7. Before that 7 o'clock game is a little ceremony honoring the 1999 Tri-City Red national champion team. Excellent bunt down the third baseline. Nobody was expecting that. And Nickel with the bunt single. Steve Graisley said that one of their former teammates is in town from Massachusetts, and a few other players have flown in for the ceremony tonight and watch the younger Tri-City Red players. Here is Justin Langer. That one just missed. Langer on the season hitting .427, 11 doubles. Again, leading Red with 38 runs batted in. Runner on first, 1 out, throw back over to Haley. And Nickel back in plenty of time. Tri-City Red with their full complement of 18 players. When I was looking over Mankato National, I think I counted 14. That one missed as well. National has a pretty good mix. Most of their players just graduated from high school. That one's across for a strike. They have a couple who have just finished their junior year and 2 that just wrapped up their sophomore season in high school. Again, Mankato West is Mankato National and East is Mankato American. I think American came in 3rd in the Sub-State 2 playoffs. We have our second hit batsman. That's surprising for the first inning of the ball game. Nickel on second, Langer on first, here with 1 away. And this brings up the ever-dangerous Ross Indelkoffer in the Sub-State quarterfinals against Tri-City Maroon. He had a 2-run homer. And then in the continuation at White Bear North, he had a walk-off grand slam. Oh, my goodness. Back-to-back hit batsman. The bases are now loaded for left fielder Ben Jepko. Yeah, wise idea by manager Jamie Mulvihill. Has a little conversation trying to calm down his starting pitcher Luke Sellner. Luke, a strapping young man, 6'3", 180 pounds. Just recently graduated from Mankato. They have 7 players with college commitments, which is really something. You would imagine a lot will be playing in southern Minnesota. So this will bring up Ben Jepko, the starting left fielder. 4 doubles, 1 home run, 13 runs batted in. Excellent batting average of .365 as he takes a called strike. Infielders in a little bit at the corners. Middle fielders back at double play depth. As Tri-City looks to get on the board here in the first. Hit sharply by the third baseman for a hit. They're going to hold the runner at third. Very good idea as Tri-City Red takes an early 1-0 lead. And again, I think having Rawlings in a little bit at third might have hurt him there it cuts down on your reaction time as that one just got by him. A nice shot by Jepko to make it 1-0 Tri-City. This brings up the right fielder, Eric Holloman, as that outside corner has been pretty inviting for the home plate umpire here so far. Holloman at .294 on the season. Red does have a lot of stolen bases, 52 on the season. Ryan Nickel, no surprise, the leader with 16. Jeff Lemay with 10. This is out to center field. The runners will tag from second and third. Throw coming in, cut off by the shortstop. It gets by him. And so a sacrifice fly, run batted in for Holloman, and it's 2-0. Runners at the corners with 2 away, and that brings up the second baseman, Joey Lawson. One thing that Tri-City has in abundance is pitching, and that helps when you have a lot of games over the span of a 4-day tournament. If you're fortunate enough to make it to the championship. Nice job holding up there in his swing by Lawson, 1-1. Again, after today, all the games will switch to either Siebert Field or here at CHS. Because after Friday, the tournament will be down from 16 teams to 12. Throw down to second. They're going to get the run. Boy, I'm a little surprised by this, but that's something we've seen a lot out of Tri-City Maroon. Well, Red took a play out of their book, and they'll take the run for the out. 3-0. Tri-City Red after 1. We'll take a break. This is live coverage of the 2017 American Legion State Baseball Tournament from CHS Field in Lowertown, St. Paul. Of Nate Frederickson. Mankato National had a very impressive season. The highlight certainly is a 17-game winning streak that lasted the better part of 3 weeks, from June 19th through July 9th. Included in those games were victories over Hamlin Purple, who beat Tri-City Red for the 4th District title on a tiebreaker. Swing and a miss there by Peter Haley, the first baseman. And also a win over a team from Lincoln, Illinois, 8-3. Swing and a foul out of play. Mankato National primarily played Jordan, the 2 New Ulm teams, blue and gold. Gold was the better of the two. And, of course, their crosstown rivals, National American. Swing and a miss, strike 3, the 3rd strikeout already for Matt Larson.
Next up, number 8, Luke Selner.
So this brings up the pitcher, Luke Selner. Again, Luke also having a good season at the plate, batting .330 with 19 runs batted in. Again, throughout the game, you'll be hearing and sometimes seeing a lot of planes go by to the downtown St. Paul Airport. Instead of trains like we had at Midland, we've got planes out here at CHS. 1-1 to Selner. And that's a cross for a strike, 1-2. Swing the foul. Fredrickson couldn't quite hang on to it. That would have been a tough one. Both the playoffs for subsection 2 and 8 started on July 17th. We'll get to that more here in a minute. Outside. Mankato National started out with an 11-3 win over New Ulm Blue, then a run rule in 7 innings victory over Worthington, 12-2. Foul tip again. And a whale of a game as National held on to beat New Ulm Gold 11-10. Those were the 1 and 2 seeds in the tournament. National then lost to Jordan 6-1 before beating them twice to win. Oh, excuse me. This is a really unusual setup. Jordan ended up beating New Ulm Gold to knock them out, but then National ended up winning the championship 16-4. High. There is no real uniformity in the sub-states. Each one can kind of run it as they see fit, as we have a full count here for the first time. Check swing, coming over is Endelkoffer. Nice play by the big third baseman. Again, Tri-City Red started off with that come-from-behind 7-5 victory over Tri-City Maroon, which started at CHS on Wednesday, finished at White Bear on Thursday. Beat White Bear 7-5. Lost a tough one to Stillwater, who came out of Sub-State 8, 6-3, and then was throttled by Forest Lake 20-9. That one's fouled away by Michael Middlecamp. I would imagine he might do some pitching later on in the tournament. It's a shame, really, that both Stillwater and Forest Lake couldn't make the state tournament. They're both excellent teams this year. That one just missed. A little high. Former Tri-City Red pitcher Seth Rosine, after a really good start with the Rochester Flying Squirrels, the Double-A team for the Giants. This one hit sharply to Nickel. Does a good job getting right in front of it. Throw over in time. And a 1-2-3 inning for Larson and Tri-City Red in the second. Of course, Seth had 13 outings with the St. Paul Saints, did not give up an earned run as he was just dominant. He was also two-time All-Big Ten. The pleasure of seeing him at a Memorial Day game out here. You see one of the planes flying in. Also, I believe the St. Paul Airport is host for one of the National Guard Air Wings. So scheduled hitters, Joey Lawson will hit again because the last out was made on the base paths in that rundown situation that Endelkoffer scored on. So it'll go Lawson, Flanagan, and Fredrickson. Here you see the brackets for Friday. And again, Eden Prairie beat St. Michael 4-3. Ham Lake all over Rochester 9-0. Waconia held on to beat Matamidi 2-1. And Eastview run ruled Spring Lake Park 12-2 in 7. And then those other 4 lower games are taking place as we speak. And we'll attempt to get some live updates on those later on.
2 for Tri-City. Number 9.
If it turns out that it's going to be Excelsior and Laconia, that'll be a whale of a quarterfinal game. Joey Lawson with a shot to the gap in left center. This gets by the left fielder. He does a good job to cut it off, but Lawson will easily be into second base with a double. Pipes with a nice effort there in the gap, but Lawson in safely at second anyway. It certainly helps a team like Tri-City Red to know that you're automatically in the state tournament, so you can really set up your lineup and especially your pitching rotation the way you want it. Runner on second, nobody out for Riley Flanagan, the DH. That one is fouled away. So the Saints will be on a bit of a road trip. I said, I'm talking to some of the workers here after that. Most of the weekends, they're at home here at CHS Field. Swing and a miss and a high fastball. So out number one. That's the first strikeout for Selner.
Now batting number 2.
And this will bring up the catcher, Nate Fredrickson. Good on base percentage, around 300. 7 sacrifices. Don't think we'll see one here. And Nate graduated in 2016, but as long as you're under 19, I believe is the rule, you can still play. Hit up the middle by the pitcher to the center fielder, Scott. And the runner will hold at third. Nice cutoff there by the mound by Peter Haley. So runners at the corners here with one out. Again, in regular Legion play, you can have a courtesy runner for the catcher, but that does not apply here in the state tournament. You can only DH for the pitcher, and you cannot run for anyone. Unless you want to sub for them, of course. So this brings up the leadoff hitter, Jeff Lemay. Lawson at third, Fredrickson at first. Nice stop there by Haley. That one's just across for a strike. Also, Adam Davidson 5-0 on the year. Trevor Steffen 4-1. Doing a nice job in the rotation for Tri-City. That one was fouled high and out of play. This one hit high in the air to medium deep left field. Ranging under it is Pipes. Scoring from third easily is Lawson. This one muffed by second base, and Fredrickson gets there to second, and a little snowball fight as that gets by the shortstop. So it's 4-0, 2 outs, and Fredrickson advances to second. Well hit ball by Lemay, the second sacrifice fly of the game so far in its early stages. What a great start for the host team, Tri-City Red. Again, it's predetermined as far as which sub-state is where. There is no seeding. Also, it's predetermined which team is home. This one's slicing, and a nice play by the center fielder, Ben Scott, to end the bottom of the second. But Tri-City Red with a run on 2 more hits. They now have 4 total, and it is 4-0 after 2. We'll be back shortly. Matt Larson off to a strong start on the mound for Tri-City Red. Excelsior now up on the St. Cloud 76ers 11-3. So it looks as though they will advance to take on Laconia. As you see some of the fans here enjoying a beautiful afternoon ball game. There was an area of cloud in the sky when we first arrived here at about 8:30 in the morning, if you have moved in since then. So scheduled up for Mankato National are the 8-9-1 hitters, Jaden Rawlings, Chris Pipes, and then back to the top of the order in Gratz.
Leading off the top of the third inning for Mankato National, number 2. Third baseman, Jaden Rawlings.
Rawlings on the season hitting .386 with 11 runs batted in, on base .446. This one looped just over the first baseman for the first hit of the day for Mankato National.
Jaden Rawlings with a little poke out there to right. That will bring up number 12. Chris
So a leadoff single for Jaden Rawlings. And this will bring up Chris Pipes, hitting .381 on the year. Hit to the shortstop, nickel, easy. Taylor made double play. Wow. Again, we've had the pleasure of seeing some really strong shortstops this summer. Nick Kulseth from Rosetown, Charlie Saylor from Maroon, but Ryan Nickel, I think, is the best of the bunch, and that's pretty easy to say. Again, he's going to Augustana next year, a superb baseball school. I'm sure they're happy to have him. So top of the order for Alec Gratz. He struck out looking in the first. That one just missed. Fouled away. Decent number of the former 1999 Tri-City Red players get together and play some slow pitch softball on Wednesdays in Roseville. This one hit sharply to right field, but ranging back and making the play nicely is Eric Holloman, and that'll do it quickly for the third. And some of the numbers from that 99 season are amazing. This was still back when Mounds View and Irondale had one team combined. Brian Peone from Irondale had 33 homers in 69 games. And Pete Widowich led the team in average at 539. Now we'll take a look here at a very tailor-made double play. Nickel doesn't need him that easy, but he'll take it anyway. I'm guessing that's some of the Spring Lake Park players. Again, they'll play right away after this contest here. Who's leading the way on the mound was Steve Graisley. 18-2 on the season with a 2.94 ERA and 10 saves. Eric Logard was 10-0. Olert's 9-0. Pete Widowich 7-0. Nick Wagner 5-1. Again, the numbers were really something when you go 64-5 on a season. So Selner on the mound again here for the third inning. 4 runs, 4 hits for Red. No runs, 1 hit for National. And this brings up Justin Langer. He was hit by a pitch and scored in the first. And that was really unusual. 3-hit batsman in the first inning. And Red had back-to-back. Langer and Indelkoffer. Good cut there, fouled away off the plexiglass here in the Securian Club. The winners bracket semifinals, those are the teams that go 2-0 today, will take place at 4 o'clock and 7 here on Saturday the 29th. Should Red be fortunate enough to win their first 2, they would be at 7 against the winner of Laconia and Excelsior. You see the multicolor seat design here at CHS. Similar to what they used to have at Met Center. Very high in the air, shallow left field, ranging back. A very nice play by the first baseman, Peter Haley. That is not easy to do over the back like that, but he made it look easy. Haley just finished up his senior year at Mankato West. So this brings up Ross Indelkoffer. He was hit by a pitch and scored the 3rd run in the first inning. One side. So he scored in that rundown play. I'm guessing that was designed. It usually is, where Jepko was caught between first and second. You'll trade a run for an out any day. Right across for a strike, 3-1. Again, you always want to be careful to Indelkoffer if you can. He's going to be attending Iowa Western next year. I believe that's a junior college. Hit sharply up the middle for a solid single. A lot of Tri-City Red players have had success recently beyond Legion Ball. Max Knudsen is at Nebraska. Alec Abercrombie's at North Dakota State. Ben Mazinga is with the Minnesota Golden Gophers. This one is going to loop just by the second baseman. They might have a play at 2. It's a force, and he is just out. And a nice throw by Middlecamp from right field. Yeah, Indelkoffer was kind of in no man's land there, and not much he could have done. So Jepko has that one just loop over the second baseman, and the umpire right there to make the call. So 2 away here in the bottom of the 3rd. Again, in regular season Legion Ball, it's 7-inning games. Once you get to sub-state, you go to 9. That'll be the case here as well. That one a little low to Holloman. Holloman had a sacrifice fly and a run batted in back in the 1st. The American Legion Honor Guard out here earlier today did an excellent job. They're all from the North St. Paul Post, Legion 39, which has 2 American Legion teams, the 39ers and the Cavaliers. Full count here with 2 outs, so Jepko will be going. So those 2 teams are split up between players from North St. Paul and Hill. Ball 4. So Jepko on second, Holloman on first. This brings up Joey Lawson. He had a nice double to the gap and scored in the second. Stillwater taking on the Burnsville Cobras. Good contest.
Joey Lawson, number 9, batting for the Red.
Of the Legion records, Mankato National had the best one coming in at 27-4. High in the air, center field. Ranging under it is Scott, and he will make the play. So that'll do it for the third. Red threatens but does not score for the first time, and it is 4-0 Tri-City Red after 3. Matt Larson, who's been very effective so far through 3 innings of work, only giving up 1 hit, striking out 3. This will be the 2-3-4 hitters for Mankato National: Yokeel, Meidel, and Scott.
Leading off the top of the 4th inning for Mankato National, number 7.
Again, National's only losses this year were the Rochester Redhawks, the New Ulm Gold, who is probably their second biggest rival, the Mankato American. Creighton Prep out of Nebraska, 7-5 in the Gopher Classic. And then that 6-1 loss to Jordan in the sub-state playoffs. High in the air, medium deep center field. Ranging under it is Lemay. Again, it is quite a poke here at CHS Field. The wind blowing in a little bit. 3:30 to left. About 4:01 to center. This one is crunched down the right field line, and that one will fall right in front of the 320 sign, and it'll go for extra bases as Meidel strolls into second with a stand-up double. So the second hit of the game for National. And you'll see the replay here. This one slicing also down the right field line. Trying to go after it there was Holloman. It actually gets by him. Now the throw coming in as holding in with another stand-up double is Ben Scott. They trade places as Mankato gets on the board for the first time at 4-1. Larson has had some pretty good stuff today, so going the other way is certainly not a bad idea. I don't know if they would have maybe been able to hold Scott at first, had Holloman cut it off, but either way he's at second. That one lined over the second baseman, Lawson, as Mankato really hitting the ball here in the fourth, as they have now cut the lead in half quickly at 4-2. Well, you figured the Mankato National bats would not be silent for too much longer, and that's the case again. The third hit there to the right side. And Lawson just unable to quite get his glove on that one. 1 out, 4-2 ball game as Luke Sellner looks to help himself out here. Starting pitcher for Mankato. Called strike, 0-2. And Meidel absolutely crushed that one down the right field line. It's now 1-2 here to Sellner. And Scott had that slicer down the right field line. And Haley with a bullet over Lawson at second. Just missing outside. Mankato National didn't stray too far from home throughout the season. That one's fouled back to the screen. They did play in the Gopher Classic at Northwestern College, beating Egan and Westfall Armstrong and Hamlin Purple. Lincoln, Illinois, Harrisburg before losing to Creighton Prep. Working the full count is Sellner. This one hit to left field, ranging back, and that's going to get over the left fielder, Jepko, for extra bases. This one coming in. The relay throw by Nickel home is not in time, and it's now 4-3. Well, Mankato National had a little pep talk in the third inning, and that might have worked a little bit. Also, sometimes the second time through the order, you have a better idea of what the pitcher's got today and what he's going to throw. As we're going to have a little conference on the mound. There is nobody in either bullpen, at least for the time being. More often than not, when relievers come in, they're usually already playing in the field. I think the earned run averages for Legion Ball are based on 7 innings, not 9, considering you're usually going 7 innings. But either way, Larson has already given up a little more than he normally would. His ERA was 2 coming in to today's action. But 4 straight hits for Mankato National have gotten them right back in the game at 4-3. Swinging and a miss by Middlecamp. Inside. Middlecamp grounded out short to first to end the second inning. He's batting .281 on the season. High and foul. A crowd on hand here from Tri-City Red contingency. Mankato players met at the Happy Chef before coming up here yesterday. There was a home run derby and a banquet where Mike Beck entertained the crowd, as he is wont to do. They had over 500 people there. That was at the Envision Event Center. So 1-2 here to middle camp as Larson tries to get out of a tough fourth inning. Hits sharply, but right at the left fielder. Selner can certainly not tag on that one. Hit well, but right at Jepko. So 2 away here in the fourth.
Now batting for Mankato, number 2, third baseman, Jaden Rawlings.
So this will bring up Jaden Rawlings. He had the first hit of the game for Mankato. Bloop into very shallow right field. And hit by Scott really kind of opened things up. Throw to second, throw back to third, in time. Oh boy. Great job there by the Red infield to get out of the fourth as National runs themselves out of a chance to maybe tie the game. Great play there by Endelkoffer at third to hang on as Selner was out. But 3 runs on 4 hits for National. They now have 5 in the game. As coach is having a little powwow with Fredrickson, Larson, and company. Scheduled hitters here for Red are Flanagan, who's the designated hitter, Fredrickson, and then the top of the order. Would not surprise me if we saw Channing Cole come into the game at some point. There you see the State Legion champions. I was at the Rosetown Legion the other day. I was trying to find a picture of that 65 team. I would be interested to know who was on that team. And of course the 1985 Jacobson team, which was both Moundsview and Irondale, and Tri-City Red, winning 5 state titles in the span of 8 years, from 93 to 2000. Of course, the 99 team was the one to win the national championship. Seem to remember a certain producer was on that Jacobson team. I'd like to also thank Ted Aspness for doing a great job here earlier today. He's our engineer. Cook was on hand briefly, but he's heading off to the Billy Joel concert. I'm guessing that's over at XL. So now Luke Selner out for his 4th inning of work.
Leading off the bottom of the 4th inning for Tri-City, number 4, designated hitter,
And this is Riley Flanagan. Try and get an update on the 1 o'clock games here in between innings. Again, Ryan Nickel going to Augustana for baseball. Ross Endelkoffer going to Iowa Western. Justin Langer will go to St. John's. Matt Larson and Trevor Steffen are looking to go to the University of St. Thomas. Still up in the air as far as if they'll be playing baseball. It's fouled well away. Red with the 4-0 lead after 3, but then Meidel, Scott, and Haley all scored for Mankato National here in the top of the inning. Across for a strike. And what is slicing foul? Matamidi with a good effort against Waconia. Came up just short. Matamidi was 22-8 coming into today's very early game. It's now 2-2 here to Flanagan. This one hit sharply, but right at the center fielder, Scott. He will range under it and make the catch.
Now batting for Tri-City, catcher number 2, Nate Frederickson.
And this one hit by Frederickson. Smothered there by the shortstop, Joe Keel. Nice scoop by Haley. He's had some really nice defensive plays here already. And quickly 2 away.
2 away. We're back to the top of the order. Now batting number 10, center fielder, Jeff Lemay.
Tri-City Red won the Burnsville Snake Pit Tournament. And came in third in the Fargo-Moorhead Invitational, the 45th annual. And then Red won the Richfield Carness Classic. Won the consolation bracket in the Rosemount Tournament. Very ambitious schedule. It's a shame in a way, Moorhead and Duluth Lakeville having to play each other right away in the first round, the 2 northern teams. In that second grouping in Bethel, Excelsior and St. Cloud started at 11:15. Excelsior, it seemed, had that one well in hand. This one slicing down the right field line for a hit. And rounding first, going for second is Jeff Lemay. That's a veteran hit right there, stand-up double. And he keeps things going here for Red in the 4th. That had hit the sidewall. If it had gotten by there, he would have had a good chance for a triple. Lemay with very good speed. He has 10 stolen bases on the year. So a little conference on the mound here quickly. As that brings up the ever-dangerous Ryan Nickel. He had a beautiful bunt single down the third baseline and scored in the first. And a liner that was caught in a nice play by Scott in the second. And defense for both teams has been very strong so far. It's across the outside corner for a strike. This one slicing by the shortstop and into center field, scoring easily will be Lemay. The throw coming in, misses the cutoff man, but nice job by Meidel to back that up. But nevertheless, 5-3 for Red.
Now batting number 17, first baseman, Justin Lang.
Nice effort by Yokeel, but he couldn't quite get to it. And so the Tri-City lead is back to 2. And here is Justin Langer. Justin hitting .427 on the season. Again, leading the team in runs batted in. He's tied for second on the team with 11 doubles, as that one gets by the catcher. And the backstop area here is considerably larger than you'll see at most Legion fields. Two and 0 here to Langer. You don't want to be too careful here with him to put Endelkoffer up with a couple of men on, if you can help it. 3-0. First base is open. That one's across the inside corner. And the difference between the press box here compared to Midway Stadium is like night and day. This is just a phenomenal setup. This one hit in between first and second, charging in his middle camp. He has a good arm. He's not going to test it though, as Meidel, he would have liked to have seen him let one loose. He decided against it, and second run of the inning for Red. Very smart piece of hitting by Langer to slap it between first and second. Middlecamp does have a very good arm, as he showed off earlier, getting that force out at second base. He's also one of their better pitchers, but decided discretion's the better part of valor. You know, I think Meidel wanted him to let one loose. So it's now 6-3 inside. Meidel threatened to throw to first, thought better of it. And she is up here in the press box with me on camera. Had the pleasure of working with him a lot during the summer. John Kamich and David as well. And many others. This one hit sharply between short and third for a solid single for Endelkoffer. He makes that look very easy. All of this coming with 2 outs. First and second with Ben Jepko at the plate. Flanagan lined out, Fredrickson grounded out. Nice scoop at first base by Haley. Double by Lemay, RBI single by Nickel, RBI single by Langer, and then that latest hit by Endelkoffer. There are a lot of games going on Saturday. 10, 1, 4, and 7, both at CHS and Siebert Field, so 8 games in total. It's across for a strike. So after Saturday, we'll be down from 12 teams to 6. High and outside.
LeBron does not want to play with Kyrie.
Ooh, that one just missed. Full count. Good situation here for Red. And the pitch coming to Jepko. Sliced foul. Langer was already almost at third base.
A nice catch, Augie Brown.
I think everybody in the stands realizes by now, even in the state tournament, they want all the balls returned. Hit sharply by the pitcher. Good stop by the second baseman. Throw over to first in time. Nice play by Gratz to get Mankato out of the fourth inning. But Tri-City Red does score 2 to make it 6-3 Red after 4. Excelsior did prevail 15-5 in 8 innings by the run rule over the St. Cloud 76ers. So very shortly at Bethel, Mahtomedi will take on St. Cloud in an elimination game. And then after that will be that anticipated matchup with Waconia and Excelsior.
Leading off the top of the fifth inning for Mankato, third baseman number 2, Jaden Rawlings.
So for Mankato National, this will bring up the 8-9 one-hitters. Good pitch there in the inside corner. That's exactly what Red had when they scored 2 runs last inning. Nice play by Langer at first. Throw over in time to Larson. That was a beauty. We'll take another look at it here. Langer spearing that one out of midair and just barely getting Rawlings at first base. Sorry about that. Excelsior is called the Fire Club. It's an interesting nickname.
Batting for Mankato, number 22,
Let's see why they got 15 runs. They've had a bunch of players hitting over 400 on the season. Off-speed pitch, diving attempt by Joey Lawson, but he couldn't quite get to it. And so that sneaks into right field for a hit. Three runs, 5 hits for, 3 runs, 6 hits now for Mankato National. 6 runs, 9 hits for Tri-City Red. This brings up the top of the order in Alec Gratz. He's 0 for 2. Struck out in the first, lined out in the third. Swing, get a miss, and a healthy cut there. Took something off of that one, and Field Gratz there, 0-2. But I think those of you watching on CTV Sports Channel 14 and also on ctvnorthsuburbs.org. Hi, some thought about throwing to first. This is hit sharply to left field, but getting right there under it is Jepko. So now 2 away here in the 5th. It's Gratz, so they're looking to get off the schneid. He's 0 for 3. He's hit the ball well on 2 occasions. Thomas Yokeel 0 for 1. He was hit by a pitch in the first.
Give him Todd Gibson.
A little high.
Give him Todd Bro, give him Todd Gibson. You need a veteran to rebuild.
And just missed.
Let's just get
Whoever loses the 7 o'clock game will move to the other side of the bracket and play either Rochester, Moorhead, or Duluth, depending on how things go. Right to nickel, flip to second. And a nice job again by Larson here in the 5th and the red defense.
Score remaining 6-3. Bryan City.
The Hamlin Purple, who won the 4th district on a tiebreaker. They were 11-3, same record as Tri-City Red, but by 1 run, they win the 4th district title. There you see the MVPs from the area here. CTV normally covers Dennis Coleman in 1965, Vince Powell, that's a name I remember, from Irondale in 1985. Also played with the Golden Gophers. Rob Ramaker, also from Irondale, there for that Tri-City Red 1994 team, and Billy Schneider, there from the 99 team, son of 1980 Olympian Buzz.
let's know if somebody
So Luke Sellner out for his 5th inning of work. It looks as though we have a new left fielder. That is Josh Johnson. I don't know if he is just going straight in for Chris Pipes. It would appear that that is the case. Hit high in the air to center field, ranging back. What a catch by Ben Scott, my goodness. It certainly looked like that was going to get over him. And here we'll get the replay, and just into the glove. Again, Ben Scott's tuned in some excellent defensive plays here already. Nice job, Coach. Steve Graisley was head coach for Tri-City Red for a while. He's now the business manager. Gail Collada helps with that as well. High and inside. Mike Veck on Thursday evening paid tribute to Gail Collada for her work in helping build actually the CHS, the ballpark here. In the shallow outfield, nice play by the shortstop, Yokeel. So Lawson out, 2 away here in the 5th.
we brought Irving in. Irving won.
This one hit to the hole. Great play by the shortstop, not in time. At first base, good hustle by the DH, Riley Flanagan. So an infield single for him. Great play by Yokeel at short. Here is the catcher, Nate Frederickson.
Yeah, start the drill. No, I think you put.
And Frederickson did not play any college ball, even though he graduated in 2016.
You put ball under it.
Jeff Lemay on deck here in the bottom of the fifth. And again, for the whole tournament, we'll be going 9 innings, and the run rule starts after 6.5. It's a 10-run rule. One team's up. It's across for a strike, full count. Now to Nate. Nice hit going the other way, a little hit and run action as going over to third is Flanagan. He'll trade places, and now Frederickson over at first base. Very nice piece of hitting there by Frederickson. He's 2 for 3. So this brings up Jeff Lemay. Flew out in the first. A bullet sacrifice fly in the second to deep left. A double down the right field line in the fourth. For Tri-City Red, 3 in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the fourth. And Mankato National, all the runs coming in the top of the fourth. Hit right at the third baseman, and an easy play. And that will do it. For the bottom of the fifth, Red threatens but does not score. And it is still 6-3 here after 5 innings. CTV Sports coverage of the 2017 American Legion State Baseball Tournament. No updates yet on the other 1 o'clock games. Again, that is Stillwater and Burnsville at Siebert Field. The Moorhead Blues and Duluth Lakeview at Tony Stone, the Dunning Baseball Field. And we already know Coney and Excelsior advanced out of bracket number 3. Those ones are over at Hargis Park. Not too far away at Bethel. Excelsior also with a tremendous record on the year, 35-4-2. Wow.
Leading off the top of the 6th inning for Mankato. Number 11, catcher Rob Michael.
So this brings up the catcher, Robert Meidel. Larson's been pretty effective so far. 3 runs and 6 hits. That one missed outside. So 2-0 here to Meidel. He is 1 for 2. Had that big double to start off the 4th inning, scoring for Mankato National. He scored the first of 3. Popped up very high in the air and out of play. That one just missed. And one of the very nice features here at CHS is the open concourse. You can get some walking in on a beautiful Friday afternoon and still watch all the action if you want. Drawing the leadoff walk is Meidel. So he's reached twice now. And that'll bring up Ben Scott. Scott hitting .465 on the season. Tied for the team lead with 38 runs batted in. Ironically, that's the same number Langer had coming in for Tri-City. That's across for a strike. Mankato has only hit 5 home runs this year. Leading the team is Tom Yokeel, the shortstop, with 2. Yeah, he held up. Good job there by Scott. I'm guessing he is one of the players that's going to go on to play college ball. He's been very impressive. He's already built like a college player, 6'3", 185. Hit sharply to second. What a scoop by Lawson, my gosh. That was hit very sharply. Great play there by Lawson to turn the 4-6-3 double play. That's the second of the game for Tri-City Red. A little high here to Peter Haley. Struck out in the second and an RBI single and scored in the 4th. Nice pitch there by Larson. Down in the dirt. Again, Tri-City Red does have a lot of options for the next game, whether it be at 4 or 7. Adam Davidson, 5-0 on the year. Ty Kane, a lefty, 1-3, but a good ERA of 3.8. This is drifting foul.
What's that guy doing, bro?
Also Trevor Steffen, who we saw a lot during the 4th district season, 4-1 on the year. Pitching depth is very important here when you get to a tournament like this, where you're playing a lot of games in a short span of time. There's 7 pitchers that primarily have thrown most of the innings for Red this summer. Kane, Davidson, Kaltoff, Langer, Larson, Ian Bond, and Trevor Steffen. Is coming in and making the play is Jeff Lemay. On the lazy fly ball. Larson gets through 6. Tri-City Reds scheduled hitters are Nickel, Langer, and Indelkoffer. We do have a new pitcher for Mankato National. It's going to be the shortstop, Tom Yokeel. He's got a 3.31 ERA, 5-0 on the season. He leads the team in saves.
No way.
8 walks, 19 strikeouts, and they're just going to flip positions. Sellner will go to shortstop, and Yokeel will come in to pitch. And Mankato National now starting to send a few men to the bullpen. Looks as though Jacob Ose is going to be the catcher out there.
Pitching change for Mankato now going rubber number 7, Tom Yokeel.
And you see some of the Spring Lake Park players and fans. And there's the part of the tremendous track record for Tri-City Red. National championship in 1999, 2 regional titles. I'm sure a good portion of that 99 team was on the 97 as well. Winning 5 state titles in 8 seasons, from 93 to 2000, 15 state appearances in all.
For Tri-City, number 5, shortstop, Ryan Nickel.
Evan First is one of the pitchers warming up for Mankato. And here is Nickel. He is 2 for 3. Bunt single and scored in the first. Line out to left center in the second. And RBI single just by the shortstop and scored in the fourth. (6-3), bottom of 6. Again, we'll go 9. And just missed. So Luke Sellner goes 5 innings. Try and finalize his line here shortly. 6 runs, all earned, 11 hits. Hit 2 batsmen. That one was high. Good job by Nickel to hold up. No walks and 1 strikeout. One thing Mankato did have a little trouble with this season was little wildness on the mound. They had 116 walks compared to 180 strikeouts. As the team whip, which again is walks and hits for innings pitched, was at 1.5. And that's Josh Johnson, who came in the 5th inning. He would hit 4th in the 7th. It is difficult to hear any other player changes. So you're kind of just going with the flow. This one hit to second. Gretz to Haley for out number 1. So it looks as though
Batting for Tri-City, number 17, first baseman, Justin Langer.
I think that's Kyle Label and Evan First are the 2 pitchers warming up for Mankato. Again, shortstop Yokeel came in here in the 6th. Hit sharply to short. Nice sidestep over by the new shortstop Selner, and he'll make the play. On Langer, that'll bring up Endelkoffer.
Ross Endelkoffer, number 11, now batting for Redmond.
Again, 27-4, a great regular season plus sub-state record for Mankato National. But they probably did not play the toughest of competition in their district. High in the air, shallow center, ranging in is Scott, and as usual, he'll make the play. As Endelkoffer surprisingly out there quickly. 1-2-3, good work by Tom Yokeel, the shortstop. Slash pitcher, as it is now 6-3 after 6. Alameda and St. Cloud have just started in their elimination game. That one is still scoreless. Stillwater leading the Burnsville Cobras 3-0 in the 6th. That one is over at Siebert Field on the University of Minnesota campus. And scoreless duel between the Moorhead Blues and Duluth Lakeview, over at Tony Stone. No score in the 6th. As Matt Larson out for his 7th inning of work. Here is the starting pitcher, turning shortstop, Luke Selner. He is 1 for 2, grounded out third to first in the 2nd, and had a booming RBI double over Ben Jepko in left field in the 4th. That one's a little high. Fouled away. You would think that Trevor Steffen and Ty Kane are probably being saved for starting in this state tournament. Ooh, just missed. Ooh. That looked pretty good too. Evidently just missing the outside corner. Full count. Again, the last regular season state rankings for American Legion Division I. High in the air to center field. Here comes Lemay, and he'll make the play. Wayzata was number 1 in the state, but they were knocked out in Sub-State 4 by Excelsior 9-1. Excelsior was the 2 seed. Wayzata was the 1. This is Michael Middlecamp hitting. Tri-City Red was second. Forest Lake third, as they lost out in the sub-state final to Stillwater. Eden Prairie, number 4. They won their first game already today. Woodbury Blue, surprisingly, was knocked out in their sub-state. It would have been nice to have seen them again. They were the 1 seed and were upset by the Burnsville Cobras. The state championship game last year was Woodbury and Forest Lake. And again, for reasons unbeknownst to me, when you get to the championship game, it's not double elimination. If you're the undefeated team and you lose, you're second place. That was the case as Woodbury beat Forest Lake to win the state title. This one in left center, coming in and making a nice play is Lemay once more. It sure is nice to have a couple of players who finished up ball in 2016 back on your team for a tournament like this. Jaden Rawlings, the third baseman. 1 for 2, a bloop over the first baseman Langer, and then a hot shot that Langer made a beautiful play on. There's a nice play by Endelhofer. He hasn't had too many today. And again, a 1-2-3 inning. As after a good little rally by Mankato National in the 4th, Larson really settling down and holding Mankato to just 1 hit over the last 3 innings. So the scheduled hitters for Red are Jepko, Holloman, and Lawson. Here in the bottom of the 7th. As you can see there, you can check out CTV 14 Sports on Facebook and Twitter. I believe today we're also on the High Definition channel. And again, you can really explore the space here at CHS on a day like this. It's $10 for a full day pass, depending on which field you're at.
To the bottom of the 7th inning. Score 6-3, Tri-City, and leading off for the Reds. Number 9.
So a quick little conference on the mound. No other defensive changes that I can see. Jepko 1 for 3 on the day. RBI single in the first, just by the third baseman. Fielder's choice in the third could have gone for a single, if not for the rocket arm of Michael Middlecamp to get the force out at second from right field. And then a ground out second to first on a nice play by Alec Gretz. To the center fielder, ranging back to Scott, and he'll make a nice play.
Another update for you folks out of Dunning Field. Moorhead 3, Duluth Lakeville 0. Bottom of 6.
So this brings up Holloman.
Now batting for the Red, number 6.
Many of
Eric
these Tri-City
Holloman.
Red players, multi-sport athletes at Moundsview. Sliced over to second. Good play by Gratz. And quickly 2 away.
Tri-City, number 9, second baseman Joey Lawson.
A little low and outside. Lawson 1 for 3 on the day, a double and a run scored in the second, and then flew out in the third and the fifth. Hit on the ground to second. Nice play by Selner. And that'll do it for a very quick 7th inning. No runs, no hits for either team there in that frame. And it's still 6-3 Tri-City Red after 7 complete.
After 7 complete, the score remains 6-3 Tri-City.
Well, Burnsville has now tallied it. I know. This good-looking gentleman next to me is Van Shea. Burnsville is now tied Stillwater. It's 3-3 in the 6th, and Moorhead has broken the scoreless tie as they are now up on Duluth Lakeview 4-0 in the 6th inning. So again, the winner of Stillwater and Burnsville will get Eden Prairie. The loser will get St. Michael. If Moorhead holds on, they will play Ham Lake. And then Duluth Lakeville would play Rochester in the losers bracket. Again, the loser of this game will play right away against Spring Lake Park. And the winner will play at 7 against Eastview. The high school team is the Eastview Lightning, so they call the Eastview Legion team the Thunder. I like that. So some men heading to the bullpen for Tri-City Red: Adam Davidson, Matt Harold, and Trevor Steffen. But again, Larson has looked very strong as he's out for inning number 8. On one hop, nice play by Lawson as they get Josh Johnson out for the first time. Johnson came in the 5th to replace Chris Pipes.
Back to the top of the order for Mankato.
Red does not have many saves to speak of. Ryan Nickel and Eric Holloman have the only 2. So this brings up the top of the order in Alec Gretz. He is 0 for 3 on the game, strikeout in the first, liner to medium deep right field in the 3rd, and 1 to medium left center in the 5th. Inside. he wanted the walk, but instead it's going to be a full count here to Gratz. That's one of the things I always run into. Lots of paperwork. They're going to appeal it. He did not go. So drawing the one-out walk is Alec Gratz.
Gratz draws a walk. That was break number 7, Tom Yokio, the pitcher, played for Mankato.
And if you throw up 31 to 50 pitches, you have to take at least 1 day off. 51 to 75 is 2 days off. And 76 to 120 is 3 days off. Sharply to Endelkoffer, 5-4-3. The third double play of the game by this stellar Tri-City Red infield. And that'll get him out of the 8th.
That'll do it for Mankato. No runs, no hits.
3 infield outs there. As again, Larson, after a good 4th inning by Mankato National, has really shut this team down. Endelkoffer is very solid at third base, as he has all year. Lawson and Nickel both with some really nice plays, and especially Justin Langer. You see the Tri-City Red dugout. Again, the home teams are predetermined. It's not a coin flip or a higher seed like you would normally have. So Red was automatically going to be the home team, and whoever wins this one will be the visitor, and Eastview will be the home team. Again, home team and the starting brackets were already set up ahead of time. There you see the Tri-City Red bullpen.
We head to the bottom of the 8th inning.
As Ian Bond out there warming up a little bit as well.
Number 4, designated hitter.
He was 1-2 on the season. I would think that Larson is already over 75 pitches. I found it really difficult to try and keep an accurate pitch count. So I think that would take him out of the starting equation anyway, even until Monday. As this again brings up Riley Flanagan, he is 1 for 3. That's a little bizarre. Pitches for intentional walks count in the pitch count. Fouled away. It'll be interesting to find out about that. I would imagine Larson will not be able to pitch again the rest of the tourney. I'd sure like to have him later on if you could. Swing and a miss, and healthy cut there. Nice pitch by Tom Yokio as he has done a banner job.
Tom Yokio.
6 up, 6 down in the 6th and the 7th, and another out there, his first strikeout. So this will bring up Nate Fredrickson, tries to go up the middle. Nice play there by Selner, 6-3 put out. 2 away here in the bottom of the 8th. And that'll bring up the top of the order in Jeff Lemay.
Back to the
Lemay
top of
is
the order
1 for 3
now batting
with a
number 10,
double, run
center
scored,
fielder
and a run
Jeff
batted in.
Lemay.
Nickel has scored twice. Again, that's not surprising at all. He's one of the state leaders in runs scored. State leaders in a lot of things. So grandfather and my dad are good friends. High in the air, looping foul and out of play. Just by the third baseman, but the shortstop will make the play and get out Lemay by half a step there at first. Good play again by Selner. He's done a good job at shortstop since switching from pitcher. Last inning we go, 6-3 Tri-City Red going into the ninth. Larson is going to try and go for the complete game again with the new pitch rules. This was something that was started at the high school level this year as well. Larson will not be able to pitch anymore anyway. Let's just see a really nice sign there for CHS Field. That was the combination of Senex and Harvest States. Good part of the order here for Mankato National, the 3, 4, 5 hitters. They have scored all of the runs today for Mankato. Meidel, Scott, and Haley each scoring once. They had a double, double, and single respectively. But Meidel 1 for 2 with a walk so far. Again, Tri-City Red really helped out by their defense, especially those 3 double plays. Nice way to start there with a strike. A little high and outside. Across as well, 1 and 2. That one is pulled sharply foul. There's a little ping pong action in the seats. I'm guessing they might not have lights at Bethel, or at least really good ones, and that's why they moved the game times up to where certain to get done before sunset. It's a nice job there by Meidel to work a full count, because the other 3 quarterfinal games are at 7. High in the air, center field, ranging back is Lemay right by the 400 sign. They had him pegged again. He was shading towards right field.
Well hit ball.
The lefty.
One away. Now batting for Mankato, number 5.
So quickly one away here for Ben Scott. He is 1 for 3, had that slicing double in the 4th and knocked in a run. He later scored. It hit into a 4-6-3 double play that Lawson did a beautiful job of starting. And it's a side corner for a strike. And Scott's numbers this year are outstanding. 465 batting average, which leads the team in an on base of 508. Whereas Larson has been really fun to watch on the mound here this afternoon. Ooh, just missing the inside corner. That will loop into right field for a solid hit. And Scott is now 2 for 4. We'll bring up first baseman Peter Haley. He's at 430 on the season. 11 walks, only 5 strikeouts. That's really impressive. He's also far and away the team leader in being hit by a pitch with 10. 6, 4, not quite in time at first base, but Mankato National is down to their last chance here in the 9th. We'll get another good look at it here. Just in there. Nice stretch there by Langer. Some of this also might be the Tri-City Red players getting loosened up for the next game. This one to Nickel. He'll make the play up the middle. As Tri-City Red advances to the State Legion Tournament quarterfinals with a very impressive 6-3 victory over Mankato National. Mankato National goes to 27-5 on the season. Tri-City Red goes to 26-9. So they advance to take on the Eastview Thunder at 7 p.m. this evening, Friday, July 28th. And Mankato National will stay right there, and they'll play Spring Lake Park here very shortly. 6 runs, 11 hits for Tri-City Red, 3 runs, 6 hits for Mankato National. Matt Larson, a complete game as he struck out 6, only walked 1, and an excellent outing for him. Ryan Nichols scoring twice. The runs batted in were very evenly spread out, but good hitting up and down the order for Tri-City Red. Everybody reached base at least once. The only player who didn't get a hit was Eric Holloman, and he was robbed in center field by Scott. So we will take a break and be back for you this evening for the nightcap as Tri-City Red will take on Eastview here in the 2017 State Tournament quarterfinals. Again, Eden Prairie will play either Stillwater or Burnsville. Ham Lake will play, in all likelihood, Moorhead. Waconia plays Excelsior, and Eastview against Tri-City later on. Good afternoon, everybody.